So you've tried everything. You've shocked your water, you've balanced the chemicals, you've run your filter for hours, and your water is still cloudy or it's still green. What is going on? I'm Matt from Swim University, and there are 7 reasons that your pool won't clear up even after you do all that work. So let's go through them in order. And if you're new to pool care and you want a handheld troubleshooting guide with all of the answers in one place, you can check out the Pool Care Handbook over at swimu.com/book. Okay, here are 7 reasons why your pool won't clear up. Number 1, you didn't add shock the right way. Shocking your pool means you're adding a highly concentrated dose of chlorine to the water to quickly kill algae and other contaminants. But shock on its own won't do the job if you don't add it right. You first want to balance your pH before you shock, because this will help your shock to work better. So you want to keep your pH between 7.4 and 7.6, and it's okay if it's a little bit on the lower end. Second is that you want to brush every single pool surface before you shock, because brushing loosens those algae spores off the wall and the floor so that they're floating in the water where the shock can actually reach them. Third is to clean your filter before you shock. You'll run the filter a lot during the shocking process, so you just want to make sure that it's clean before you do it. Fourth is you want to add shock at night, because most chlorine shock breaks down in UV light. Shocking at dusk gives it the best chance to work overnight, and then you can just run your filter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week after you do until your water's clear. And then finally, make sure that you've added enough shock. You want to always err on the side of more shock, not less, when you're clearing up a cloudy or green pool. So if your water is cloudy or light green, you'll need a double dose of shock. That's 2 pounds for every 10,000 gallons of water that you have. If your water is dark green or your free chlorine levels keep dropping to 0, I would go with a triple dose. That's 3 pounds per 10,000 gallons of water you have in your pool. And if you're dealing with black-green algae, it's a quadruple dose. Number 2, your pH or your alkalinity is off. So let's say you added pH increaser or baking soda and your water suddenly turns milky white. What's happening is called carbonate clouding. When your pH or alkalinity rises too high, it can cause calcium in your water to precipitate out of solution. And those microscopic solid calcium particles turn the water cloudy or milky. So lower your pH and alkalinity using muriatic acid or pH decreaser. This redissolves the calcium back into the water and the cloudiness should clear up. High or low pH also prevents your chlorine from working effectively, and bad chlorine means contaminants that cause green and cloudy water can grow. Number 3, your CYA is too high. Even if you're shocking regularly and your pH looks fine, your pool might stay green or cloudy because of high CYA. When CYA, or cyanuric acid or chlorine stabilizer, gets too high, it overprotects your chlorine so it actually can't sanitize the water. The right CYA level for an outdoor chlorine pool is between 30 and 50 parts per million. Now, if yours is creeping above that, you'll need to fix that first. And you can check out our other video on high CYA for more help. Number 4, you've got hidden algae spores. Now, even if your water isn't green, early stage microscopic algae growth can cause cloudy water. So you want to brush the walls and the floor thoroughly before shocking to loosen any invisible algae spores. Vacuum your pool floor on your filter's waste setting, if you have one, to remove any algae from the water. And after shocking, clean your filter. That means spraying down your cartridge filter or backwashing your sand or DE filter. Number 5, your water isn't filtering enough. All of your pool water needs to circulate through your filter at least once per day. This is called your turnover rate, and you can calculate the exact run times based on the size of your pool and the size of your pump. But in general, that usually means running your pump for at least 8 to 10 hours daily during the hottest parts of the day. If it's unusually hot outside or your pool has gotten a lot of use recently, I would run your pump for an extra 2 hours. And if you have a variable speed pump, you can run it 24/7. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at a low speed. It's more energy efficient and it keeps the water constantly circulating and constantly filtering. Finally, you want to make sure that your filter is clean and that the filter media is working properly. Clean or backwash your filter if your pressure on the tank rises 10 psi above normal, and replace your cartridges and your sand every 3 to 5 years. Number 6, you've got a brand new pool. Now, if your pool was just plastered, cloudy water in the first couple weeks is actually pretty normal, because as the plaster cures, it sheds excess calcium carbonate into the water as a fine dust. Now, for the first 1 to 2 weeks after plastering, you want to brush the pool 2 to 3 times per day and run your filter 24/7. The brushing keeps the plaster dust suspended so that your filter can actually capture it. Number 7, it ain't algae, it's copper. If you shocked your pool and the water is turned clear, bright green, that's not murky, well, that's probably copper and not algae. When you add chlorine shock to the water with high copper levels, it oxidizes the copper, which turns your water a clear green, and it looks completely different from a murky algae bloom. You can test for this using copper metal test strips, or you can bring a water sample into your local pool store. Now, if you do have copper, you'll need to treat it with a metal sequestrant, and we have a whole other video on removing metals if you need more help. So what if your water is still cloudy after you do all of this? If you work through everything we've talked about and your water is still hazy, a clarifier or even a flocculant can help pull out whatever's left over. You just want to be careful, because if you add too much clarifier, it can backfire and create a thick haze instead of clearing the water. So you just want to follow the dosing directions on the package that you have. Now, if your water chemistry feels like a lot to track, trust me, I get it. And it's why I made the Pool Care app. All you have to do is enter your test results using any test kit you want or any system you like, and the app will warn you if your numbers are drifting out of range. Plus, it tells you exactly which chemicals to add and how much without trying to sell you chemicals that you don't need. There's a 7-day free trial over at swimu.com/app, or you can follow any of the links below. Finally, how do you keep all of this from happening again? Well, once you've cleared the pool, here's how to stop chronic green and cloudy water from coming back. Number one, you want to keep your water balanced so that your chlorine can do its job. Number two is you want to shock weekly to kill early stage algae blooms before they become a bigger problem. Number three, brush and vacuum at least once a week. Number four is to clean your filter when the pressure rises about 8 to 10 psi. You do all of this regularly and you should be good. But if you need extra help, there are a few products you can try. Number one, you can use an algicide, you can use a mineral dispenser, or an ionizer. Now, algicides aren't great at killing an active algae bloom. That's what shock's for. But adding a maintenance dose of copper-free algicide can actually help prevent chronically green water. A mineral dispenser or an ionizer can help too. Now, we've got a whole video on comparing these three options if you're curious. Number two, consider a phosphate remover. Now, phosphates are food for algae. The idea here is that you remove the food and you're starving the algae before it even has a chance to bloom. But this is the last thing I'd try. If your water's balanced and you shock regularly and your surfaces are clean and you still have algae, only then would I recommend trying a phosphate remover. Now, if you have any questions about green or cloudy water, please drop them in the comments below. That's it. Thanks again for watching, and as always, happy swimming.